actually the topic is really relevant to no matter what business activities we are having, because it is connected to self-presentation. So today we are going to train with you this art of how to present yourself, how to show it, to present yourself under the light that is appropriate for cross-cultural communication. Because what we are pretty much doing when we're speaking English, we are talking to different cultures, and we always need to keep in mind the fact that whatever we say for the first time will be the impression that we will probably produce forever. Yes, as Coco Chanel said, and everybody I'm sure knows this phrase, that you never have a second chance to produce the first impression, right? So let me start by this self presentation, and let's see if my slides are moving. Do you see them moving, guys, or it's the same story like before?
No. It doesn't
Same
move.
story. Okay, yeah, now it starts all these bugs, but I know how to fix that, don't worry. Yeah, so right now it should be fine. That's me on your screen, right? Yeah,
yeah, now it's okay,
both
fine.
on two screens.
Now it's to me, yeah, over here. So whenever we are thinking how to present ourselves, of course, we are thinking what to put, what achievements should be mentioned, the fact that I'm a co-founder of Start Talk Language School, or that I'm a business English teacher, or I have MBA degree, or probably I should go with a Russian text where I would like to, highlight all the bullets and the fact that I'm an expert with performances on different radio stations and articles that I've written and so on. But doesn't it look boring? Doesn't it look too long? The way when you put too much text on your slide, or when you say too much about yourself, yeah? Or probably when we are speaking about self-presentation, we should put it as facts and figures, some interesting years in your career, or maybe the amount of students or the amount of jobs or projects you have successfully completed for those, let's say, people with mathematical set of mind. So what is the so-called perfect way of self-presentation? That is the question. And probably before I tell you my opinion, you tell me yours. Do we have here a person who is ready now to start with a self-presentation the way he or she sees it? Guys, that you are very free to raise your hands or just to kind of signal somehow your readiness to cooperate. There are not so many people as far as I can see. Yeah, only kind of 30, so it's okay. So do we have somebody who is ready to give a short self-presentation?
Okay, but we still don't know what is the difference between self-presentation and just a short story about ourselves. So, for instance, I can tell some words about me, but I'm not sure if that is self-presentation or not.
Okay, go ahead. Give us your version.
Okay, so my name is Sergey, and I'm near to 41. I'll be 41 in 3 days. And I was born in a neighborhood of Moscow, and I've been living in Moscow for more than 20 years. So I'm a bit of kind of Mosquitanian. I've graduated from the Moscow State University geological department. So I'm geologist, and now I'm a head of a small company that works for oil and gas producing companies here in Russia. And that is the only one job for the whole my life. And it was, and I hope that will be forever. And what to say more? Okay, I've been married for more than for 15 years, and I have 2 kids, a son who's 12 and a daughter who is 9. And I like traveling, mostly hiking somewhere in mountains, and I also fond of skiing, both mountain and cross-country skiing. And okay, I think that's enough for Because I don't know
Sergey
why
has been talking
what
for 60
information
minutes,
are
yeah?
you needing in me?
That's the point. That's the point, Sergey. Okay, let me ask the audience, please. So let's vote. And Sergey, don't please take it personally. We're not going to speak about you exactly now, but about your self-presentation. So please, could you vote in the chat? Those of you who find Sergey's self-presentation appropriate, full, and to the point, put a plus. If you think that it was, for example, too short or too long, or the structure was wrong, could you put minus in the chat, or probably plus minus if you don't know? Yeah, so just interesting. At our, let's say, lessons of business English, we always learn to give each other feedback. Yeah, it's not easy for a Russian person to be able to kind of, you know, sometimes get some developmental feedback, not only positive, but okay, for now we have only pluses, plus minus, yeah. Okay, so whenever we are facing a situation where we have to stand up and face the audience and be like, you know, talking to people who don't know us, we are always wondering what to say. What is this golden rule? How to present ourselves so that everybody kind of likes us and moreover remembers us, right? So before we continue, probably you guys also share a few words about yourself in our chat, at least probably your professional area, you know, the name or whatever you feel like. So it will be in a written form. Yes, and probably just you can put, if you want to, why you are here. So what is the reason? Because right, whenever we speak and whenever we give a self-presentation, that's also important. But before we proceed, let me ask you, what do you think is the most famous Russian strategy in giving self-presentation and taking part in networking sessions whenever we find ourselves in a truly international meeting? It can be a foreign conference, it can be a real networking session, yeah, where we've, I don't know, accidentally or on purpose arrived at, and we are standing and looking at everybody, talking, mingling nonstop, yeah. And do you know my experience of a person who has been to 15 networking sessions in the United States, because I was really curious in how it works there, and it was Eastern Coast and Western Coast, so I was like visiting different. Famous Russian strategy looks like that. So people, whenever they find a lot of people around them and they have to kind of, you know, start talking, the first reaction is, I better keep silence. You know, I better just smile. If they need me, they will approach me. If they want something, okay, they will just probably ask me. Very seldom you can meet a Russian professional who is openly ready to start a conversation himself or herself, to really use this strategy of like elevator pitch. And if you remember, self-presentation is equal to elevator pitch. And that means that we have about 1 minute to hook our interlocutor's attention while we are going in the elevator up or down. So pretty much we enter the elevator, we see the person who we probably want to meet, and we have a prepared, beautiful talk about us that will cause curiosity or interest, and this person would like to know more about us. So very seldom on international arena, let's say Russian people present themselves like that. At least that's a stereotype. Of course, we are all different, but I'm sharing with you my experience. And let's get down to practical part, how to understand if our self-presentation is, you know, ready, is structured well enough, and what should be included in this so-called self-presentation. Let's start with an example.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yeah.
If that will be possible to get this presentation after this our course.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you will be able to get a recording of today's presentation, moreover. So please, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this small presentation. Angelina, could I please ask you to read it out loud, maybe in case somebody is, I don't know, only listening.
Hi, my name is Maria. I'm a personal assistant to CEO of Central Bank Russia.
Thank you so much. No bad. Not bad, right? So personal assistant to CEO, Central Bank Russia. Please, let's vote one more time in our chat. Who finds this self-presentation good enough? And who finds it not sufficient, probably not good enough, and kind of you don't like it? You'd rather say no than yes. So please, let's vote. Yes or no, plus or minus? No, no, no. 3 no for now. We got no. Daniil, yes. Okay, Daniil, could you comment a little bit? Why is it a yes? Well, if you can talk. Why do you think it's good enough?
Yes, hello. I think it's okay because it's very short and sharp. We can understand everything.
So sharp because it's a personal assistant to CEO, Central Bank Russia. Yeah, you mean?
We know this person.
Okay. Okay, and who can comment why it is a no? Why it's like you didn't like it? And yes, I see, Alexei, your comment. So it should be more emotional, right, Alexei?
Да.
Okay. Yes, so it's like something is missing. On the one hand, we definitely have a name and we definitely have this information about the fact that it's, job title and place of work, but still, it seems like something is missing. And now I will explain to you why. Take a look, please. There are several questions that must be covered in your self-presentation, especially if you are speaking on international arena, because these can play dangerous trick with you. And I have a few cases to prove you that. If you do not answer in your presentation this question, you are actually facing a risk of totally confusing yourself and others. Once when I was preparing our clients for an international conference from RGD. I don't know if anybody is here from RGD. I was, we were practicing with them. I was at that moment rather young and didn't know much myself about self-presentation. And so we prepared beautiful delivery. And after they came back, I was like, so how was it? Was it amazing? Was it a full success? And so on. And the reaction was that, it wasn't that good. Nobody really approached us. We tried to be short. We tried to be brief. We were like, okay, I'm a top manager of RGD. And do you think many people got it, especially with our Russian accent? Yeah, what RGD is? They probably thought that it's some kind of porridge. Something happened with them when they were saying this RGD, and there was absolutely no reaction. What is so popular in our country, like such big famous companies, famous banks, may be absolutely unknown abroad. That is why what we always have to practice is to add this line explaining what your company does, right? So if you say, I'm a top manager of RGD, which is a monopolist on the Russian railway market, which is a state-run company with a turnover over, I don't know, $60 billion or $1 billion, right? It immediately becomes clear. So rule number one, even if your company is super famous, I don't know, Sber Market, I don't know, VTB, if you say VTB, nobody understands. Maybe if you say VTB now, everybody understands because, well, it's clear, yeah? But I'm saying be careful with that. Don't think that everybody knows the name of your company, especially on international arena. Follow the rule, add a line about your company that would highlight the most, I don't know, the best feature of it, yeah? What is it? Top 5 Moscow schools. What is it? A leader on the delivery market, yeah? And I see that here I see Natalia, who used to be my student. Remember, Natalia, we discussed it with you about Yevras. The same story, everybody knows Yevras, but does everybody know what Yevras is doing? What's the company is about? Yeah.
Nobody.
So
of course. Yeah, Kate. Nobody.
Yes.
In Russia too.
So it's like
not
you have
foreigner
good,
area. Yeah.
absolutely, not only in foreign. So that's why this rule works for Russian style as well. Always add what your company does. Then question number 2. When you say that you are a director, or you're a teacher, or you are a personal assistant, people have totally different associations. You see, personal assistant in somebody's eyes, it's a person who is almost number 2 in the company because, well, you know, knowing boss's calendar, being responsible for so many things. And for somebody, personal assistant is just a secretary who is only bringing coffee. So you do not only name your job title, but actually you have to say a few words about what problem do you solve? How do you help your company to perform better? What are you responsible for, right? Because just saying that you are a teacher can have totally different associations in people's mind. It can be a school teacher, yeah, or it can be a business English teacher, and still it is a very different approach. So whenever you try to formulate the answer to the following question, what problem do you solve, with a phrase like, I help my company, or I make sure that my company, I'm responsible for full cycle of launching product in my company, yeah, or I'm responsible for 200 people as an HRD and making them happy. That is what we need, because we don't know the specifics of your work. We have no idea what a geologist is. Well, we know, but to be honest, we don't know. Okay, then question number 3. Obviously, if you just say that it's a bank or it's a school or it's a state-run company, it's still not unique. Top 1, okay, we respect you, but we don't understand what distinguishes you from other similar players on the market, right? What distinguishes you or your product from others? And so before you, let's say, face the audience, or before you go to a conference where you would like to present yourself, you have to prepare an answer to this question, sorry. So you have to be like saying that we are the best, or we are unique, or we really found this most optimal way. And even if the company is small, I'm sure there is something that makes you unique, because your customers choose you, don't they? So without naming that, you may either just belittle yourself, right? Like saying that, oh, you know, I'm just nobody. I'm Mr. Nobody. I have very, very small language school in somewhere there. That was, by the way, my first self-presentation when I was traveling in America. I was like, oh, you know, just very, very small school. You don't, of course, know about that because it's not international. And then just the feedback was like, why do you say that? Why don't you say how many students you have? Why don't you say how many services you provide? What kind of feedback you are getting, you know? So it's very dangerous to belittle yourself in this area, because just because you did not prepare the answer to the question, how is it unique? And every product is unique. Every product has competitive advantage. And finally, the question that is probably one of the hardest for our mentality, because for us, self-presentation is a little bit of trying to sell. We treat like self-presentation sometimes as if we are selling ourselves on the job interview. Yeah, we do that. We need better salary, so we prepare a beautiful self-presentation. We sell ourselves as consultants, trainers, whoever. We sell ourselves to investors. We sell our company to actually candidates. We also sell it. Yeah, we sell the idea that, oh my God, it's so nice, it's so beautiful. My company is amazing. But they say that self-presentation is not about your desire to sell. You actually have to train yourself not to sell it and not to show how much your services cost, but to say how you help. Very useful practice that we did at during our MBA training was exactly this last question 4. take a look, please, at this phrase. It's a task for you right now. I will give you probably 1 minute in some kind of silence. The task is to try to continue the phrase that starts with I help. So please, how can you continue a phrase I help that will be true for you? What do you help? What do you help doing? What do you help people with? What do you help your company with? Try, just start writing. I help. What is it? Before you doubt, Sergey, you just try. So I help. Continue this phrase.
So should we do it in loud or just write it in our chat?
Actually, it's better to prepare it first personally, like I help, at least one sentence about you. I help. Who is ready? Who has an idea? Irene, I see. Irene, could you say out loud, what job title do you have?
Oh, I don't know. I am a head of tax control.
So Irene will be like that. I'm a head of tax control and I help my company to protect from tax authorities. Yeah, to protect itself, for example, from tax authorities.
Sure.
Okay, Alex, you help your company to be more profitable. What job title do you have, Alex?
Hello, everybody. My job title is very simple: to sell services, materials, goods, whatever. And by doing this, I'm helping my customers, companies' customers, to solve them issues, to close them gaps, and meet them requirements.
So you do not help only your company; you actually help your customers too. Do you really believe in that?
Absolutely, it is a win-win.
It's win-win. So in this case, yeah, it's good to think about that. But again, always keep this idea in mind. You know, for me, my trainers, I was trained by Gil Petersil, who is a very famous networker on training market. Somebody might have heard of him. So I remember how he told me, Kate, please take away dollars from your eyes. Really, stop that. Stop introducing yourself in a way that you are like, hello, you know, I'm a teacher, a business English trainer from StarTalk School. Are you interested in, you know, some group education in our school? He said, stop it. It's very annoying. It's absolutely against cross-cultural rules. So always remember, value first, and all these advantages after that. Only if you're ready to really share honestly, then people feel it. So it's like, you know, it's like a vibe. It's like just in the air, you know, you feel it and like that. Sergey, so you managed it and you help people with their happy life, yes? Really?
Well, that's kind of joke, of course, but I hope so. I'd like to. Well, I think that that's a great idea, and I would be happy if I could just.
Yeah, Sergey, keep talking. Keep talking. I will be right back.
Okay, but I just told that it's kind of joke. I think that I help my company be more profitable in the market, and me as a part of the company help, well, other companies, oil companies, to be more successful in prospect and exploration works and everything that is connected with the working with oil and gas oil fields.
Yes, but I think you agree with me. Yes, I see Natalia also put that she helps your boss with your calendar, and this phrase has this magic effect. When we say not I'm here to sell, or I want to get from here, but I help people, I help my customers, I help others, I help my team. Yeah, I help my team to work better, to work more efficiently. Then we usually understand what kind of person you are, and we start feeling that our values can be shared. So, okay, let's continue. Because after you answered your question, what you help with, you can finally move the structure of your self-presentation. And here it is. You see it on your screen. Of course, I agree with you about our example that this lady, Maria, who was a personal assistant to CEO, she was correct to start. She clearly stated her name, yes, and probably we can even say that she placed herself, and that makes it a good start. So it doesn't look very confusing or something like that, but it does look a little bit kind of lack of emotions, maybe lack of your moral contribution to us. Because what happens very often when it is a real conference, we have not just you talking, right? We have 20 people talking, 30 people talking. And so if you just state your name and place yourself, that means say like name the company you are working for, or probably your job title, there will be 20, 30 other people doing the same. And that makes it very difficult to memorize, to memorize you and to understand, like, how can I continue talking to you only by saying, oh, Sergey, I'm Sergey too, let's talk about it, So, I mean, if you stop on giving your name and just company, you leave there very little hook for other people to approach you and to continue talking to you. That's just one more reason where it's very dangerous to stop here, to stop only at the second stage where you place yourself and that's it. So you have to move on and go with this so-called relevant background. So what is it? Usually, relevant background explains and answers the question, what brought you here? So you have to explain why you decided to visit this, for example, webinar, Or for example, why you decided to miss a working day and fly to Turkey to this conference, and what are you probably looking for? So you still make small idea and small connection to people around you. That's why, yes, I agree. It's very hard to give self-presentations to the unknown people because you don't know what similar background you may have, right? But tell me, please, today, in case of our webinar, what similar background are we talking about? What can it be?
It could be our nationality, maybe.
Nationality, well, very dangerous topic and very sensitive one. But anyway, okay, our nationality. What else can be like background, relevant background? Give me more ideas. You can use the chat, you can say something.
Maybe approving my English.
Okay, right, Irene. You can probably say that you are looking for ways to improve your English, and I've been learning it for all my life already, and that will be a moment where people will feel connected. They will be like, oh my God, me too. I've been learning it for 50 years already, and I still don't speak it very well, Well, it's classical Russian bee in the bonnet, let's call it like that, So you may say about English, what else? Any more ideas, some relevant background?
If it's still any possibility to get a job in an international company.
for example, or you can say that you are already working in some English speaking company, because obviously here we have people who understand English at least, right? So that's why you can definitely say something like, I've been working for Russian and international companies for 20 years, and right now I'm looking for an opportunity to work abroad, for example. Yeah, if it's not already background, it's your goal, it will be your point 4. But yes, so always think what kind of conference it is, what kind of meeting it is. And of course, in this case, you may change this relevant background that can be different, because if you are speaking at an event of happy mommies or happy daddies, probably it's not so interesting about how many years you've been learning English, right? But vice versa, if it's a pure business event, there are different traditions of speaking or not speaking about your family. Yeah, so it can depend on the culture, on the country you are traveling. And after you give this background,
and what is the difference of goal and background?
Yeah, Irene, that's exactly what I'm saying. Look, for example, you say, I've been working for an international company for 20 years so far, and I'm using English every day. And I'm here today to improve my English, to meet new people, to understand if there are any jobs left on the international market, to actually meet people who I can practice English with, because I now don't speak to anybody. So you relevant background logically leads you to your goal, why you are here.
Now I see. Thank you.
Yeah. So without relevant background, if you just come and say, okay, hi, I'm Kate. Actually, I'm a teacher and I want to talk to you guys. What about you? You think, does she want to teach us? Or what is it about? You see? But if I say my relevant background, for example, right now, I'm actually being frustrated that nobody needs English anymore. And I would like to meet like-minded people who still want to develop and grow professionally, and who still believe in the world of communication and globalization. So I'm here today to make sure that life has not stopped, for example. Yeah. So I gave you my background and I immediately go to this goal. So goal, why are you here? What do you want? Yeah, what do you want from today's meeting? And you say that number 4. What are you interested in, or what are your goals? But that's not it. As you can see here, number 5 is called contribution. What is contribution? What does that mean? Famous word in business, yeah?
Value you are adding
value
to some I don't know, process or product or relationship.
True, what Alex, I agree with you. So it's like value, like something you're ready to give. Yeah. So in Russian we may say something like вклад, да, ваш вклад. And yeah, it's very interesting, but for me at least it was shocking, really, when I was practicing that myself first time about 3 years ago. I would definitely stop here. I would never kind of say what I'm ready to give. I would always stop at the moment when I would say, I'm here today to just get to know more people, or I'm here today to find investors for my project, and it would be it. But an interesting part starts at this moment, when before giving a self-presentation, you think of not what you want to get only, but of what you are ready to share. And please, key idea. I will make acting pause right now to attract your attention. Key idea is that this contribution should be real, not fake. Not like Alex, being a salesperson, says, and I'm here today to help you, my dear customers, to choose the best product out of our set. No. It is a contribution, but very, very commercial, okay? Because this is happening, probably this phrase, at a real meeting. But when there is a big conference and it's your real self-presentation, it should be better than that. It should be something you're ready to share for free. And in this case, it can be sometimes even not job related. So this contribution can be about something that you really know from your life experience, or from just your, I don't know, from the books you read and so on. It's very interesting to add to your self-presentation some facts that will cause curiosity for real, yeah? And to do that, you can also try to work with the phrase I help, but not be about your job, about something else. For example, you can change I help into I can help. I can help you to find the best restaurant in Russia. I can help you with advice on whatever best places of interest in the United States, because I've been there 15 times. Yeah. So I can help you with whatever. Think, what can you do for free? What kind of advice can you give really easily? Because you know it, because you've read so many books, because you've probably watched movies of this particular actor and you are really an expert, you are ace there, yes? They say that if you can add to your self-presentation this moment that is not commercial, it will be very memorable thing in your presentation. Yes, hiking, Sergey writes about hiking, that he, for example, knows, yeah, how to start, that it's very hard, like on the go. Even if I want to hike, I have no idea where to hike, how to prepare for that, yes? So he can say, okay, I can help you to start hiking, yeah? Or, you know, I can help you to sort your garbage, because I'm doing it already. I've been sorting my garbage for 2 years already in Russia, and you know, it's been challenging, but I can help you to start this process yourself if you are interested in being eco-friendly. So by saying what you're ready to help with, not connected with your profession, you make people trust you. You make people think that you are really not just blah, blah, blah here. And yeah, so let's share with each other things that you can help, not for money, but for real, you know, something that you are good at, something you are ace at. Aha, plan a trip of your dream. Irene, I thought you help company to avoid taxes.
For companies to avoid taxes and for people to plan trip of their dream.
Do you do it for money or really, or just
no, really, no, for free. I like
for
it.
free. That's very important. So in this case, Irene is genuine and she's natural. But if she was a tour agent, I can help you to create a trip of your dream. It's not working because it means you're selling. So that's the difference, okay? If it's really what you can help with, small article, Natalia, can you comment on that? Preparing a small article, what do you mean?
I mean, a small essay, maybe it's a small article to a newspaper or something else.
Cool. Angelina, fall in love with yoga. Oh, okay. Angelina, I hope you are not a yoga instructor.
No. No, I just love it. I just love sport, and yeah, that's all.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you have to be, so you just kind of can share this passion and love, yes, for this type of activity.
Yeah. And I also, I don't know, could do a little training, of course, for free, because I just love it. So, yeah.
Sounds amazing. So if you do that, and if you follow this strategy, your self-presentation actually will be really full and really beautiful, and definitely not boring. There is only one risk, not to make it too long, because remember, self-presentation is not a report and is not a presentation. It is a self-presentation, so it is of course limited in time. That is why, in reality, what you have to do is to remember that for each step, you can use not more than 3 sentences. Take a look. 1 sentence, I give you my self-presentation as an example. 1 sentence, 3 sentences, 1 sentence, 1 sentence, 1 sentence, right? So over here, this self-presentation is not really relevant because definitely I would add something like, I would add to relevant background the reference to the current situation, that really we've been thinking how to support companies, how to support our clients, existing clients, new clients, old clients in the situation where they are frustrated, they don't know what will happen next, yeah? And we decided, why don't we share the knowledge, the expertise we've got, just to make people understand that they are not alone, you know, that companies, there are a lot of people like that. And I would add it here. But anyway, as an idea, this presentation fits. And strategy to say that I'm excited to get to teach you how to excel your business skills today. Why can I add it here? Because that is really my contribution. I do it for free. I don't charge you money. And that's what I do with passion. That's what I do because I love it. And so, in this case, you can say that, you know, today you are very happy to be here and to be talking on behalf of your company because you really love your product, because you really want to explain or tell people more about that. So I just don't want you to think that it necessarily has to be very far from your profession, but it has to be free for this like particular moment, okay? So it just cannot be this 5,000 per hour, yeah, or just pay me this. So it cannot be this, but it can be somehow connected with your professional area, but not necessarily. So if you write 2 phrases, 2-3 sentences for each sector, eventually your self-presentation will have perfect timing, which, as I have already said, is how long? What's the perfect timing for self-presentation?
Could you please repeat, if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure. Perfect timing for self-presentation. How long should it be? You can use the chat, for example, to vote.
I think perfect time for each and every conversation, doesn't matter what would it be, self-presentation or product presentation or whatever, 3-5 minutes maximum.
Well, product presentation and self-presentation are still a little bit different, but yeah, I agree with you. In some context, maybe, especially if you are a speaker, you can afford that. But in reality, the recommended one is 1 minute. 1 minute self-presentation. It's a perfect elevator pitch. And there is always a joke. If you ask me to speak about myself for an hour, I can start right now. I will tell you all my life. But if you ask me to speak about myself for a minute, and in a foreign language, okay, I need to prepare. That is why our deep belief is that you have to prepare self-presentations. Being spontaneous can work. You can have amazing energy, you can be really strong, but when you are not prepared, you may forget your name, forget why you're here. You may sound a little bit kind of not even unprofessional, but probably funny, but that's not exactly what you always want. In this presentation, you will get vocabulary. So you'll be able to say that, so I work in fashion industry. I help people to get their best outfit ready for every day. And I am chief accountant at, I don't know, whatever, Sberbank, Evras, VTB. I'm with, so various way of saying that. Yeah, so beautiful vocabulary. You can pick one version that kind of fits you, and while practicing you will see if it's your phrase or not, because sometimes when you want to add too complicated phrases to your self-presentation, you end up not saying them at all. So your brain simply refuses to accept, yes, too complicated vocabulary. Then if you speak about placing yourself, yes, some also very useful things like we specialize in, remember, what does your company do? this question. So here is a list of vocabulary, what you can use. We make sure, we specialize in this industry, we sell, we develop, we make. So explaining your audience what your company is about. And of course, about your responsibilities, also some beautiful vocabulary. I make sure, I lead, I report to, yeah, I'm responsible for, or simply my job involves coordination of different departments. So this vocabulary can really help you to write a diverse self-presentation, not just my job is good, my job is good. Well, your English is amazing, guys, at least what I hear from you, but sometimes not everybody is ready, and a lot of Russian people have this language barrier. I'm sorry to say that, but it is true. So, but in reality, you can prepare a beautiful self-presentation, even if you have pre-intermediate level. Seriously, believe me, I tried it many times. So pre-intermediate level already allows you to start participating in international meetings. So it is already possible because this is so-called Globish, yeah? Then experience, sound experience, how many years, I'm ASET, that's my favorite. ACE, do you know this? Like I'm ASET, like in Russian, yeah? As expert. So I'm ACE at that. And that's exactly, Irene, you are asking about goals. I'm interested in, I'd love to meet some people. The reason I'm here, I'm looking to get to know this industry better, and so on. How you can speak about your goals and about your contribution. So what you want, what you're ready to give, like that. So now, after we actually discuss this vocabulary, does anybody want to try one more time, but already not kind of out of your head, but based on this structure and trying to go step by step and cover all 5 steps in your self-presentation? Do we have volunteers?
Yeah, no, that's Angelina.
No.
Why, Angelina? You already have about yoga. You already have like what you're ready to share. So everything is ready. Come on, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Angelina. I'm onboarding manager at Market, which is #1 e-grocery company in Russian market. So I help new employees in my company to be adapted and have less stress during their first days at work. I've been learning English for a couple of years and I really love it. It's my passion. So I'm here to improve my English and improve my self-presentation skills. And I don't know, I have no idea what contribution. Yoga, but I think it's, I don't know, I think it should be more related to our topic. I don't know. But I also learn French, so if there anybody who wants to learn French or learn it, yeah, it would be awesome to keep in touch.
Exactly. Thank you, Angelina, for that. Yes, your final urge can be just about let's stay in touch. That's so common for international world, just to urge people to be in touch, maybe during maybe on Facebook, or in Telegram, or in Viber. So you can stay in touch. It does not necessarily mean immediate profit. It does not necessarily mean going to the restaurant together. It just means to be just within each other's network. Yeah, so within the network of professional network of each other. And it's not the topic of today, but we also have a topic that is called networking. And this is where we discuss what happens after your beautiful self-presentation. Yes, so how can you hook, how can you really get this contact and stay in touch, not for once, but for some time, and every year or every other year, just know that your contacts are alive and they are within your network. But that was great. Did you like Angelina's presentation? I think it was exactly, you know, structured, to the point, and so on. And I think that when you kind of speak this way, you always at least feel sure that you are heard and you are not being awkward or like not adequate, yes, with your words and so on. And I especially like the fact, Angelina, that you explained about Sber market, that, you know, not that Sber market, Sber market, yeah, but exactly you explain what it does and what you do as onboarding trainer, because, okay, I know who's that, but not sure, yeah, not sure everybody heard. Maybe some people think that you are a flight attendant on boarding, you know, boarding somewhere, somebody. So that's why never neglect this fact of explaining what you do, yeah, so nothing is obvious, right? And just to finalize, let me finish by giving you some last hints about cross-cultural communication nowadays. If you're worried about your level of English, you always have to remember that nowadays it is okay to make mistakes that are not connected to your business, to your professional area. So even if you forget an article or something, and probably you make a pronunciational mistake in a word, that is okay. That is okay. Next thing, your self-presentation. If you write it, it's nothing. It's a piece of paper. Say it. Say it. Just take your phone and start talking. Record yourself and watch yourself. Do you like it? Believe me, first time you will not like it. Never. Not a single person likes to watch himself or herself first time. That means repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. Only after you really pronounce your self-presentation, so that you can like literally wake up at night and say who you are and what you are. Only after that you feel confident, you feel relaxed, and you sound so natural. Everybody will think that you are not prepared, while in reality you are super prepared, because you pretty much learned your self-presentation by heart. So pretty much that is my final part. We are finishing as it's the end of our time. So who can say a few words about like, how was it? I mean, was it useful? Did you kind of get some kind of practical tips? So what will you take with you?
It was very, very, very useful. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you, Natalia. Yeah, okay, Alexei, thank you. Great. Sergey, what about you?
Well, the only thing is that, well, at the beginning, I was not sure that this self-presentation was for business trips and business meetings. So that was the only, how to say, the thing that made me think about the the type of this self-presentation. So perhaps it's like, okay, it's better to, maybe I've missed something, but I was not sure that it was about just the business. So
it is about business, but the cross culture says that we have to be able to mix, Sergey. So we have to stay humane. We cannot forget that whenever we are speaking about business, we still should a little bit disclose our personality and things we are ready to share. Sharing is part of business culture, not taking only, but sharing. Yeah. And so that makes it, your presentation was actually totally fine. You were personal, you said your professional area, and at the same time, some of your personal things. So it was nice, it was friendly, it was not boring. That's why actually before even you knew that, I would add something about this small company, like you put it. I think it was, you can do better about that. But in general, it was really nice.